Brendan Bolton has resigned from Collingwood and has accepted a role at St Kilda. I'm now concerned, and I must admit, with these off-field issues, it's hard to read into because it is usually kept in-house and is quite obscure as to why certain things are transpiring. So we have Brendan Bolton and all these dominoes are just falling over one after the other, and there seems to be a complete restructuring. We saw a little bit of a change, I guess, around 2021 with Buckley leaving, Maguire resigning, McRae coming in. But we start with Graham Wright, who has that sabbatical at the start of this year. And now we also have Jeff Brown, the president, who has moved on or will be moving on in the next 12 months. We didn't have a head of football, essentially. Brendan Bolton sort of acted in that role as a stopgap. And he's moved on, despite there being rumours around Brendan Bolton's role being reshuffled within the club. So I'm not sure if he wasn't happy with the role that was offered and the fact that he's moving away from a more hands-on coaching capacity like he was doing so in 2023. Justin Leppich is now in this list management role despite having no prior experience, and the verdict is still out for Leppich as well to see what happens in his Houston trade. Granted, he doesn't have the best hand to deal with given our draft hand, but it's still worth food for thought. And as we said, Jeff Brown has stepped down. Graham Wright moves to Carlton, a rival club, so clearly there was some unease there. And for you to move to a not just a rival club, but your arch rivals, your arch nemesis, Carlton, has to say something, right? Look, clearly there, once again, was this disdain between Craig Kelly and Graham Wright, which I guess further exacerbated the whole situation throughout Graham Wright's tenure and led to that sabbatical this year. Like I said, without this being my realm of expertise and not being in the know with what's happening internally, it does concern me as a Collingwood fan. I typically like to reserve my thoughts and feelings for what we see on the field as much as possible and in the draft and trade and analysis and everything else in between. But when you see a massive restructuring happening here and people, I guess, highly revered people in the AFL world like Graham Wright, who has potential to be a footy boss. You see Jeff Brown stepping down. You see Brendan Bolton moving to St Kilda. You just have to ask the question, what is going on behind closed doors? Is it, who's the snake in the grass? Is there a snake in the grass? Is there an alpha ego that wants all the space to themselves? Like, these are the philosophical questions that I'm asking myself, and I'd love for some more transparency from you, or not transparency, but for more intel from you guys who have been long-time Collingwood supporters who maybe have more interest into the committee than I do, because all I have to have here for you guys is reporting that Brendan Bolton is going to St Kilda, and it's just one too many committee members leaving all within a short period of time. Like, we just won a flag in 2023. Why is this happening? We see Leppich in that list management role. Derek Hine, where does he stand in all of this at the moment? These are it's just bewildering at this point, and I'm concerned. We've won a flag. Everybody should be in a happy camp. I understand we didn't make finals this year, but I feel like a lot of these things happening were brewing before we even got to the point where we weren't playing finals. I mean, we're already looking at people from other clubs. Justin Reid, head of list management AFL, has a strong tie with Craig Kelly, who worked at a player management agency together. Barry Corp has been thrown up as a new president within the next 12 months. I don't know. I actually kind of wish someone would come out from Collingwood and say, look, this is what's going on. Look, my light's gone off. And just like the wheels are falling off at Collingwood, the lights are turning off here at Pies Footy. So, look, can we get some transparency from the club? Hey, this is what's happening. We're restructuring. and give us some peace of mind, some solace, because right now it's really uneasy. We didn't make finals. Questions were asked of Darcy Moore throughout the year, the playing group, and now it has to be said, questions must be asked behind what's going on with our committee, our structure, and our chemistry. What's going on? Let me know in the comment section, guys. We'll be back here in a couple hours at 4 o'clock for more updates regarding the trade window, more developments with Tim Membry. We'll see if there's any updates regarding Dan Houston, Tomlinson, everything else in between. Come in, say g'day, and as always, if you've made it this far into the video, consider subscribing. We're posting every day, we're doing live streams every day. You will not be short of content here at Pies Footy, even in the off season. Where, what are we, in October now? We're nearly done with the trade window, thank God. It's made me going crazy, I'm sure, just like everybody else. We're going delirious with all these roller coaster of turn of events when it comes to the Dan Houston trade. We've got the draft coming up soon, so I'll be doing plenty of analysis videos for players who, if we have a draft hand, I will, analyze those players and provide some further information on them for you guys, some annotations over videos, and then by then, we'll be in November, we'll have pre-season starting, I'll be at the pre-seasons recording, doing training reports, vlogs, everything. So we are now on a 12-month basis. We will never be short of content, even when Collingwood are not playing. Go Pies.